So previous class we were discussing about the current source inverter control. So in the current source inverter control, this is a closed loop formation. So first we have studied the closed loop speed current regulated voltage source inverter. The current regulated voltage source inverter. So we were using voltage source regulator. So for this voltage source regulator, we were using the current signals. So the current signal that is generated by the reference currents and the currents that is obtained by the motor. So by comparing these two currents, we were designed. So how we designed the phase A current. So phase A current. So in the phase A current, what happens? The amplitude, the positive amplitude and negative amplitude. So this is for phase A current, phase B current, phase C current. So in the phase A current, what happens? So this current passing through the thyristors TR1 and TR4. Similarly, TR3, TR6, TR5, TR2. So I am considering for phase A. So in the phase A, what happens? If I am going to consider for the positive terminal, if I am going to connect the positive terminal, then TR1 is on, TR4 is off. So that is given by our upper module. And similarly, when we are going to connect the phase A of the terminal to negative terminal. So when we are going to connect for the negative terminal, at that time, the TR4 is on and TR1 will be off. So when TR1 is on, positive current flows. So that is called as positive amplitude of the current. And similarly for TR4. So when we are when the phase A module is connected to negative terminal, so TR4 is on, TR1 is off. So this is called negative amplitude of current. So that we have discussed about the positive MN. So if the TR1 is on, the current is passing from N to O. And if TR4 is on, that is from M to N. The falling current, rising current, falling, rising, falling, rising. So like this, the sinusoidal currents forms. That is using the hysteresis models. So these are our hysteresis models. So through this hysteresis, the actual reference currents passes and the corresponding TR1, TR4, the legs, corresponding legs, phase A leg, phase B leg, phase C leg. So these acts. So like this, the switching on and switching off takes place. So here what happens? The reference currents, these reference currents that we obtained by using the terminals of the voltage source inverters. So these are our standard amplitude currents and reference currents. Okay. So similarly, we have the next thing is our closed loop speed control scheme. The closed loop speed control scheme, that is for CS-side. Similarly, we have studied these closed loop models. So this is our closed loop model. Similarly, we have studies for VSI also. So similarly, here also we have closed loop model. So this closed loop model is for current control using regulated voltage source of supply. So using the inverter. So here we are having the speed controller, the slip regulator, and flux controller. So these things will be standard. So if you are going for any module, so if you are going to control the speed of any module, the module is nothing but the device, whether it is DC motor, AC motors, the induction motors, synchronous motors. So whatever motors you can take. So at the time of modeling using MATLAB. So if you are interested to model any DC motor. So for example, so one thing I want to explain. So if you are going to consider the electric vehicles. So in the electric vehicles, the motors will be used as DC motors. So if you want to control the speed, so normal any kind of fuel based mechanical motors, you can apply the brakes, the mechanical brakes, and control the speed. But it not happens similar for same like in our electric vehicles. So if you want to control the speed of any electric vehicle, you have to use our strategies, our electric loops. So this is a kind of a speed control loop. So this is a kind of a speed control loop. So see, speed controller that we can use to break the motors, break the electric vehicles. Okay. That's about the thing. So if you want to module the speed controller techniques in your MATLAB, you have to use these block diagrams. You have to mention one speed controller, slip regulators, Okay. So if you want, at that time you need some slip regulators, flux control, DC supply. So this is about the drive. Forget about this. So this module is very much important if you want to control the speed of any kind of motor, whether it is DC motor, AC motors, or induction motors, synchronous motors, inertial motors. So take whatever kind of motors. So this is the closed loop module. Closed loop module, or this is a kind of a module in order to control the speed of motor. So I am using here the VSI induction motor drive. VSI induction motor drive or current source VSI inverter motors. So for that I am just connecting this module. Okay. So if you want to control the speed of any kind of motor, you have to use closed loop module. So the closed loop module will be having your speed controller, the slip regulator, flux controller, and PI, the integrator, PI integrator. Okay. So I am here using the current regulated voltage source inverter. The module, the working will be same. So what is the working? So closed loop speed control drive. So it is used for the current regulated VSI drive. So I am using here, look at here, the current regulated VSI. So current regulated VSI using for closed loop speed module. Okay. Since here we are having a magnitude and waveform of motor currents. So these are independent of changes in motor, but these are depends upon the source voltage and inversion is effectively. So here the servo motor drive, here the servo drive for the closed loop position control. So this will be obtained by adding a position loop around the speed loop. So normally these kind of mechanisms, that is current regulated voltage source inverters. So these mechanisms will be having a servo motor drives. So servo drives. So these servo drives is used for the closed loop position control, closed loop control as well as closed loop position control, and these should be obtained by adding a position loop control. So position loop control. So these things will be very important in order to control the drives. Okay. So here the current regulator. So this does not include any inductors or filter circuits. So similarly, if you are considered for a VSI drives or any AC drives, there we were having inductors, huge amount of leakage inductors and capacitor circuits. But here these structures are not required. That is, inductor circuits and capacitor circuits are not required in this loop modules. Okay. And here it has a lower weight because of this, because of not having the inductor circuits and the capacitor circuits, it is a less weight. So that's why I have in the first class itself I have told that why we are going for current regulated voltage source drives, because this will not be having any leakage inductor circuits and capacitor circuits, and this leads to a lower weight. This leads to a lower weight and also a fast dynamic response. Okay, fast dynamic response. That's the main advantage of these drives, and this is the main drive is of about servo control systems. So if you are interested to work, if you are working in a field, in R&D field, and if you want to module mechanism for the servo control system, then you can use this current regulated VSI. So there are three types of drives: current regulated source, current CSI drives, VSI drives, and current regulated VSI drives. So induction motor will be connected with the speed sensor. So from the speed sensor, the different speed ranges, the actual synchronous speed ranges that will be obtained. So this will be compared with the actual reference models. So if you are interested to module this in MATLAB simulation modules, at that time you have to make one more block, that is reference speed block. Take one reference speed block and get obtained these speed blocks, obtain the synchronous speed blocks, and compare these using the PI regulators. Okay. So by the comparison, you will get one values. So those values will be controlled and modulated using the speed controller as well as slip regulator. So the obtained value will be your omega SL. So this omega SL and the PI regulated values. So here also one more PI will be there, and here one more PI. So these PIs will be used mainly for the purpose of reference purpose, so comparison purpose. So if you are going by comparing only, you will get one standard value. So those standards value will be supplied into our drives. Okay. So in order to get particular values for that only, we need PI drives, PIs, PI. So these values are our IM star and F star. So IM star, that is magnitude of current, the mean current or magnitude of current. So these current will be obtained by using flux controller, and frequency will be again get by the flux controller also. So two sources, so flux controller to obtain the frequency value and current value. So this is about the current closed loop control of current regulated voltage source inverter. So these are fed to induction motor drive. Induction motor drive. Okay. So that's all about this. So we have studied the VSI, CSI and current regulated VSI. So everywhere the closed loop module will be same. So in the CSI, VSI, you will be having one inner loop and another outer loop. So inner loop is for to manage the current, and outer loop is for to manage the speed. Okay. So like that we will get the speed response. So these loops will be mainly used in controlling of speed, controlling of torque. So by controlling the speed, you automatically will control the torque. So the application will be mainly used in our electric vehicles. So in the electric vehicles, the DC motors will be used. So in order to control the speed control of the such motors, we use closed loop models. Okay. So that's all. Okay. Next thing will be comparison. So we were studied different CSI and VSI drives. So now we will compare. So what is CSI drive and what is VSI drives? So by studying that, we are coming into the conclusion that CSI is more reliable than the VSI. Reliability. So as I repeatedly telling, the reliable is nothing but continuous. There should be no any absorptions, any disturbances into our supply. The supply should be continuously flow. Okay. So how it is reliable? So while explaining CSI, I had told that the commutation techniques. So the conduction of two devices in the same leg. So I have told now TR1, TR4, TR5, TR2, 3, TR6, TR2. So these comes under one same leg. These are connected in same leg, but in VSI, these are connected in neighbors. So if one thyristor is switched off, that not affects to the performance of other thyristor in VSI. But in CSI, what happens? If one thyristor blown off, then automatically the current will be not flown into our entire leg. So by that observation, we will get that the conduction of two devices in the same leg. So due to this commutation failure does not lead to sharp rise of current through them. So if commutation failure occurs, so because of this commutation failure, the same current. So this commutation failure does not affect into the rise of current. So the rise of current through them in the CSI drive. So similarly, in that also, so this protection, the protection against any short circuit. So what happens? So if the short circuit occurs in any system, so automatically there will be any fault. The fault occurs. So this short circuit. So because of this short circuit, the current that is flowing in the circuit will be abnormally amplified. So for that, the CSI will be provides a protection. The CSI provides in protection against such short circuits. So if some short circuit occurred in any terminals of the motor, terminals of the different motors, at that time, the CSI drive will be give protection. So the CSI drive is explaining as the most reliable. CSI drive will be explained as the most reliable compared to VSI because CSI drive provides protection against any abnormalities like short circuits, and also it provides continuous supply. Provides continuous supply by not going through commutation failures. It provides some short rise of current when commutation failures occurs. So commutation failures not occurs in our CSI drives, like that. Okay. And the next thing is weight of the circuit. So as I told now, because of the leakage inductance LD, because of LD in the DC link, so and the larger inverter capacitors. So we know the leakage inductors and capacitors. So these are very essential in DC link. So these inverter. So what I mean, the leakage inductance. The leakage inductance provides switching operations in VSI. So because of the switching operation, the regenerative braking is not the regenerative braking is easily applicable in VSI. In VSI. So that's the advantage in VSI. So here, because of this leakage inductance and capacitors are used for the purpose of filtering, in order to filter and also in order to block the DC flow into the DC inverters. Only AC will flow when AC will flow to the inverter. Okay, so like that the capacitor will be functioning, and in CSI drive, so it has higher cost, the weight and volume of lower speed range and the slower dynamic response. So these are all for the CSI drives. So comparison, we are just comparing. So what is CSI and what is VSI? So in the CSI, it will be having leakage inductance and capacitor banks. So because of this, the cost will be more in the CSI drive, but the functioning will be different. So you should not go only with the cost. You have to take about the technology also. So if you need a good technology, you have to invest most cost. That's it. Because of this having LD and DC link capacitors, the weight will also be more. So if you want to decrease the weight and decrease the volume, go for current regulated VSI. Just we have discussed now. So that will be overcome this disadvantage. Okay. And CSI drive is not suitable for multi-motor drives. So hence, because of this, each motor is fed from its own inverter and rectifier. So each motor will be having its own inverter and rectifier in order to not get malfunction. So you can't place one inverter for entire motor banks. So if you are operating one motor, for example, if you are operating one DC motor or just like induction motor, you have to provide its own inverter and rectifier. So if the supply is AC, you have to provide rectifier. So that rectifier converts AC to DC. So in the DC link, you should be having one leakage inductance and one capacitor branch. So this, after that, inverter should be placed. So from the inverter describes, so the converts the DC signals into AC signals, and that should be fed to our drives. So this is about the concept in VSI drives. So similarly, in the CSI drive also, we have to consider whether the supply is AC or DC, like that. Yeah. Okay. So this is about the comparison. So CSI drive is not suitable for multi-motor drives. So I will just give one brief revision. So how actually the VSI and the CSI drives. Yeah. So this was our VSI drive. So in the VSI drive, if the supply is a DC, go for chopper, and if the supply is AC, we are going for rectifier. So this chopper converts DC to DC, and this is our DC link. So in the DC link, we were having leakage inductance and capacitors. So this is about the different VSI controlled motor drives, induction motor drives. This was our transistor inverter fed induction motor drive. That's it. So there we were having two kind of signals. One is a stepped wave signal and another is PWM inverter fed. So this is about the VSI drives. And in the dynamic braking, regenerative braking. So this is about SLC, cycloconverter. So as I told now, speed control loops. So closed loop speed module. So one will be having inner loop and another one will be having outer loop. Inner loop is for voltage or current control and outer loop is for speed control. This is our CSI drive. So by comparing here, as I told now, the CSI drive will be having parallel. The legs will be in parallel. The devices, different thyristor are connected in parallel, not in the same leg. VSI, in the VSI, those are connected in the same leg, but in the CSI, these are connected in parallel legs. So that's why it is called as commutation failure is not possible in CSI. These are different CSI FETs. So there we are the inductance. So as even though I told now, in the CSI drive there will be no leakage inductance, LD and voltage capacitors. So here we are having LD in order to just limit the current flow. So actually these are not present in our circuits. Here just we are placing the circuits only at the time of braking, only at the time of regenerative braking or dynamic braking. So that's the thing. There is one more closed loop module of a CSI drive. It is about voltage regulated, current regulated voltage source inverters. This is about the closed loop module. See, everywhere the module devices are same. Speed control will be there, slip regulator will be there, flux controller will be there. ಹಿಂಗೆ IM ಸ್ಟಾರ್ F ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಈ IM ಸ್ಟಾರ್ F ಸ್ಟಾರ್ನ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ತರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ತರ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ. That's the difference. Okay, that's all about the things. The remaining thing is a single phase induction motor and speed control and some numericals. So that we will discuss in the next session. If you want to ask anything, can ask. ಕೇಳೋದಿದೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ? ಸಡನ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. there was no disturbance.